Our affirmation this morning: my mind is fertile. I plant only good thoughts and ideas. This is another beautiful Sunday. We've been so blessed with all these wonderful, beautiful Sundays. I think we had one rainy Sunday this year. And so, for the most part, we've had these beautiful Sundays. And of course, this Thursday is the first day of spring. Do we have many gardeners among us, people who do gardening? All right. Now, how many times do you intentionally plant weeds in your garden? Yeah, not much of a show of hand. But it's amazing that oftentimes the most fertile ground of all, our minds, our futures, we do plant weeds. We plant the wrong seeds with our thoughts, our words, our ideas. And so as you go through this week, and certainly as you go through spring, remember this: as you get to a place where a negative thought about a neighbor or a coworker or a family member or a circumstance or situation comes up that might have you saying a negative word rather than smiling and saying the positive thing, because we want to at all times plant only the highest and best thoughts and ideas in our mind, because that's what creates our tomorrow. If we start today with a lot of negative thoughts and destructive ideas, then of course that's what's going to pop up in our garden or in our fertile mind and in our lives in the next day. When the harvest time comes around, you're not going to have good things to harvest. So it's important that we always remember to plant good thoughts and good ideas. A lot of times we go through life and we find ourselves hitting challenges, and we have ideas and seeds that we're planting of worry and lack and limit, rather than seeing great abundance, and rather than knowing that great and perfect health is with us, it's ours to claim, and great and perfect and happy relationships with all the people in our lives are ours to claim by planting these good, positive thoughts. I have some people that I work with as an extension of the fellowship, and we do a lot of the reading of the prosperity book that is so popular in our fellowship, the Catherine Ponder Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. And it's interesting because the concepts are very well understood by the people, and they read the book and close it, and then they will turn around and start planting these bad seeds. And they'll say, well, that never happens to me. I'll never have enough money. I can't afford that. And you kind of want to take the book and hit them over the head with it, because you don't know how else to get those ideas in there, because it seems like such a benign thing to say a negative thought or to say a negative word. We don't understand the power of our words, and that's a very important thing, to understand how powerful and how very dynamic our words and our thoughts and our actions are. And we also plant these good seeds by sharing kind words with people in our lives, or even a stranger in the supermarket. It's so easy to compliment someone on their apparel or their clothing or their hair. That is planting such a good seed, rather than maybe complaining that they cut in front of you in the line, or they took the last thing off the shelf that you wanted at the supermarket. Instead, focus on the good and plant those good seeds. So the question this week, as you're going through your week and your chores: are my words, acts, and deeds preparing for my bountiful garden? Or are you planting seeds of worry, lack, limit, and negativity? So as you go through the week and you find yourself in a circumstance or situation, ask yourself, is this preparing myself for a bountiful garden? Or am I appreciating that my mind is fertile and I plant only good thoughts and ideas? Only good thoughts and ideas in all circumstances, in all situations. No matter how dark or dismal the situation may be, we certainly don't make it any better by letting that darkness and dismalness come in and overtake us, overtake our mind and our thoughts and the way that we're approaching the world, because the darkness just begets more darkness. So you want to push beyond that and always speak good, positive words, do good, positive, kind deeds, and realize that your mind is probably the most fertile thing. You can have the best soil in the world, but it's not going to compare to how fertile your mind is and how receptive it is, as well as the minds around you. So when you are thinking of these words and these acts and these deeds, realize that you're planting these seeds. And now that it's springtime, it's very useful to reflect back and make sure that you are planting these seeds that are going to grow into these wonderful great things, that you're going to have a bountiful garden in all circumstances and all situations. Because the good news is that with the coming of spring, just as we prepare the rich, fertile soil in our gardens and placing the earth's seeds for a wondrous garden, so too is our mind a rich, fertile place to plant good thoughts and good ideas, so that we can certainly look forward to a wondrous bounty, a beautiful life of great happiness, great health, and great prosperity. In all things, remember, my mind is fertile. I plant only good thoughts and ideas.